Once you are done with converting your PDF file into a Markdown, you are faced with the challenge of converting this large Markdown file into meaningful chunks that will allow your RAC application to respond both fast and very accurately. In this video, I'm going to show you a chunking strategy that is both semantically and structure aware. And I'm going to show you how you can implement this strategy with a local LLM and run it on a complete Markdown file from financial documents. Let's get started. Our document chunking pipeline will accept a Markdown file as an input and will contain two different subcomponents that will do the chunking for us. The first one is going to be a Markdown splitter combined with a recursive character splitter that are both implemented within the LangChain library. And after the chunking of this Markdown splitter is done, we're going to be using contextual enrichment, a strategy that was first developed and introduced by Anthropic, which we're going to be using here on the next step with the help of a local LLM. In our case, this is going to be a Gemma 3 model, which will add additional information to each chunk. So when we're doing the retrieval part of our RAC applications, we're going to be having a bit more of a context for each individual chunk. And then at the output, we're going to be getting a list of chunks that we're going to be able to then store for further ingestion and retrieval into the next tutorials. Our resulting chunks are going to contain a bit more than just the text itself. They're going to have a dictionary of metadata, so we're going to be storing both the company, the fiscal year, and a list of breadcrumbs that we're going to be using in order to create a hierarchy of the different chunks. And you're going to see within the next tutorial how this hierarchy is going to be used when you're doing the retrieval steps. And then we're going to be also having the context itself that was generated on this step right here with our local LM. And finally, we have the content of the chunk itself, which is going to be used to be given to the LM in order to respond to the user query. If you want to get access to the complete source code and a text tutorial, you're going to be able to do that by subscribing to MLXpert Pro. There, you're going to find a complete AI engineering academy that starts from the basics of AI engineering, goes through Python and how to set up your local environment with a local LLMs using Ollama. Then you're going to learn about RACs, CACs, AI agents, and how you can build and deploy complete end-to-end AI applications. So if you want to become a better AI engineer, go and subscribe to MLXpert Pro. Thank you. I'm in my local cursor instance, and this is the chunking file that is available for MLXpert Pro subscribers within the Academy repository. Here you can see that we have a data class that will represent our chunk, and this chunk will have the content or the text of this information, the metadata, and then a vector text that we're going to be using into the next tutorial, where I'm going to be showing you how you can use this chunk for embedding and retrieval a bit later. So here you can see that we have two property methods. The first one is going to be the breadcrumb. So this will essentially use the hierarchy of the PDF file, that is the markdowns and their headings and their levels, in order to create this breadcrumb of information. So this will be a bit useful for the LLM in order to have a look at what is the hierarchy of the current chunk that it is looking at. And we are going to be estimating the token count for each individual chunk using the tick token. Since we are not going to be using an OpenAI model, this is going to be a rough estimate of these tokens and their counts, so keep that in mind. Also, I'm going to be using a model, in this case Gemma 3, the 4 billion parameter version of the model. So I'm going to be using this to create additional context for each of the chunks that we are going to have. And on the topic of the chunks themselves, this is going to be the prompt that we're going to be using to enrich their contextual informations. So this will essentially get the first 5,000 characters of the complete Markdown document that we're going to be processing. And from there, it's going to create a short summary, 2 to 3 sentences, that will explain what is the premise of this document, what it is about, and then what is the chunk particular positioning and information within this document. The chunking logic is within the chunk markdown function, and this takes the markdown or the content of this particular document that we're going to be chunking, and it has a lot of optional parameters such as the maximum amount of tokens that a chunk should be. Note that these are tokens and not characters. The minimum amount of tokens, the chunk overlap again within tokens limits, and then enriching with LLM. This is disabled by default, but we're going to be enabling it, and I'm going to show you how this is going to change our chunks. And the result of that is going to be a list of chunks. Here we're going to be also using the tick token tokenizer with the CL100K base, which is provided by OpenAI. And within the text, I'm going to be removing the page breaks. I'm going to be replacing those with new lines, since this was part of the conversion of the PDF into a Markdown file that we had. The workhorse of this chunking is going to be the Markdown Header TextSplitter, which is coming from LangChain text splitters. And here I'm going to be splitting on the title, the section, and the subsection headers, or the three first level of the Markdown files that we get. And I don't want to strip the headers. I'm going to be preserving those within the chunks themselves. And then I'm going to be also using a recursive character text splitter that is set up to use the character tokenizer, since we want this splitter to work with the tokens but not the characters themselves. And for each individual split within the header splitter based on the Markdown files, I'm going to be essentially counting the tokens and whether or not this chunk is actually containing a table. If this is a table, I'm not going to be splitting it further, since I want this to be preserved as whole tables. And if this has a table or the token count is under the max tokens, I'm going to be creating essentially a new chunk. Otherwise, I'm going to be using the text splitter, which is going to be the recursive character text splitter, and I'm going to be splitting this based on the content of this particular chunk. So we have a bit more smaller, if you will, chunks if there are over the limit of the max tokens. And at the end, if we have chunks that are smaller than the minimum tokens, I'm going to be essentially merging those within this function right here. And if the enrichment is enabled, I'm going to be using the enrich chunks function, which is going to take the complete document, Markdown, and the list of the chunks that we have created. So essentially this chunking strategy is a two-stage process, as I have shown you within the diagram. So the enrichment itself is quite simple. We've seen the prompt that we have used, and I'm going to be replacing the first 5,000 characters or injecting those within the prompt, and then the chunk content itself. And I'm going to be getting the LM to do the invocation for the context itself. And finally, I'm going to be enriching the chunk with the content. The metadata, I'm going to be also injecting just the context right here for logging purposes. And then this is going to be the vector text that we're going to be using for the embeddings itself. And I'm going to be returning a list of the enriched chunks. And when you're running the chunking example, I have loaded the imports, and you can see that we have loaded the Markdown file of the financial document that we have. And this is over 40K characters, so it is a quite large document. And then if we run the basic chunking logic, you see that we have created 8 different chunks, and the summary of those chunks is right here. So these are the token amounts. Of course, you can see that some of those are above the threshold, since most of those are actually containing some tables, so we don't split those. And you can see that we have a wide variety of tokens, but none of the chunks themselves are actually below the minimum threshold. So those were merged into the previous chunks, which is exactly what we wanted. And note that this will require quite a high amount of context window in order to work within this. But again, note that this is not actually that large of token amounts, and you can fiddle with the parameters in order to have a bit of a different result if you want to, but most of those are actually getting a complete information about the chunks. And when we run the detailed chunk view, you're going to see that we get a breadcrumb for the first chunk, which is essentially the title, the amount of tokens, the metadata for each chunk, and then the context for the first chunk. Then the second one, this will contain a table. So this table is going to be preserved as a single chunk, and along with the outlook highlights right here, along with the title and the section. And note that within the breadcrumb, you're going to see that we are getting the fiscal summary, which is a child of the title of the document. So this is correct, and the amount of tokens. And then I'm going to run the chunking with the enrich chunking, or enriching with the LLM. And once the enrichment is complete, you're going to see that the chunks are essentially containing the same breadcrumb. And this is, for example, for the first chunk, the LLM generated context. This section details NVIDIA's record-breaking financial performance along with the original content. This is the preview, of course, of this particular chunk. And then we have the next chunk with the LLM generated content. The number of tokens are actually just the content itself without the context. So we have both the original content and the generated context for each individual chunk. Unfortunately, the enrichment with the context for each chunk is not free. It requires both inference, and it increases the amount of tokens that you're going to be needing in order to do the embedding and the retrieval for the different chunks. Of course, you can see that we have this very simple report. The average amount of raw tokens initially were 8,857. But with the enrichment, we got that to about 9,500. So we have an inflation of almost 8%. Of course, this will depend roughly on the amount of chunks and their length. So keep that in mind when you're doing this particular engineering exercise, and whether you're going to be needing this additional context for your RAG applications. So this is it for this video. We've seen how you can get a complete Markdown file that contains over 40,000 of characters, and how you can create a list of chunks that are both contextual and structure aware. We've seen how you can do this using only a local LLM and run it on our local machine. In the next video, I'm going to show you how you can get those chunks and how you can embed them and store them into a local Postgres instance. And in the next one, I'm going to show you, after that is done, how you can use this in order to create a retrieval engine for your RAG application. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like, share, and subscribe. Also, join the Discord channel that I'm going to link down into the description of this video. And if you want to get access to the complete source code and a text tutorial along with the complete AI Engineering Academy, go and subscribe to MX Pro. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.